We definitely have taken stuff to like, you know, the gross extreme that you do with your friends, but that like you probably shouldn't record it so that someone could go take that out of context, and God forbid with context it doesn't make it better.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Mombo number 5.
At least, I mean, I was there the whole time.
Okay. Well, I distinctly remember, I think I heard going like, oh, I need to throw up. And it's just like flutes of like champagne flutes of liquor, like that are mostly drank or scattered across the table. And like Taylor just kind of panics and is like, oh, and just starts throwing up. And she fills up a whole cup, and then we had to get a second cup. Well, she's not here to defend herself, so don't be shy.
So
Because I remember it, it's fucking hysterical.
She had her hand over her mouth, and she started to puke, and so it started to pour out from between her fingers. And Brandon just went, Jesus, Taylor, and just like put one of the cups under her mouth.
Not even trying to help her, just like as if like you're making us look bad.
Right, you're making a scene. Hands her a cup, and so then she proceeds to, you know, throw up into the cup and completely fills up the cup. To the point where I then handed her another one, but after she filled the first, that was it. Like, you know, she was running empty.
She got like a third of the second cup.
Yeah, but it was a moment.
See, I could never have pulled that off.
I left a $50 tip.
I remember that.
And Brandon also put in like an extra like $40 because I felt so bad. Because like before she got to the cup, puke got on the table.
Mm-hmm. Which, like, in hindsight, we should have just like picked up the cup and like. But there really wasn't a space for us to like dump our own stuff because they pull it.
There was like it wasn't.
And I know we just kind of left like assholes because we were like, we gotta go.
Okay, we left a tip that
more
than covered
the puke. I mean,
the
puke. What's this warm drink?
Well, that was after we like left. I was like, oh God, what if someone's like polishing off the empties?
Way it keeps them, you know,
balls
long low.
I was better like, oh, like, you know, like testicles. I'm like, yeah, balls, yeah.
Ball sack.
Ball sack.
That's why they like hang.
It's like
because that way they stay cooler.
Mm-hmm. I think it's really cool when it sacks
sick.
Out with the boys.
Sick as hell when I got my bubble gum out. What's something embarrassing? I don't know. I've never like shit myself in public or something. Like is that yours?
When I was in 3rd grade.
Oh yeah, you were saying.
I was in line at lunch and I had to really shit and I didn't know, and then like all of a sudden there's like warm down my leg, and then I feel something like thick, and like my like little ID for the lunch like wasn't taking, and I had to type it in, and she's like all right, let's go. And then like I like start to walk away, and like I could feel it moving around in my jeans, and I literally just kind of let it roll out the pant leg, and there's just a little like snail trail of shit.
And so I put on the first set. I like ran in my room and put on the first set and came out and like, you know, finished opening up the last couple presents or whatever with my sister. And then we had breakfast, and then we were just sitting, and me and my sister were sitting there like watching TV and everything. Christmas Day, woo, wow, how fun. And then I shit my pants.
What kind of pants were they?
Pajama pants. Yeah. And then I was just like, oh, I can't believe that just happened. But I didn't want to like let my sister know it happened. So I was like, I'm just going to go and like switch into my other pair of pajama pants and just pretend like I just wanted to try out all the new, you know, styles of pajama pants. So I swapped in the other pair of pajama pants, and I went back out and I continued to watch television, and I shit my pants again. And then
did you have to get the third backup pair?
I had to run back into my room. And like at this point, I clearly am having like, you know, some sort of food poisoning, stomach distress, but I'm not addressing it because I don't want to.
Very
on brand. That would be embarrassing.
Because you don't have embarrassing stories.
I don't have embarrassing stories. I don't want to be an embarrassing person. So I go and I switch into the third pair of pajama pants, and I go back out there, and I proceed to start watching, you know, cartoons or whatever the hell. And at that point, I almost shit myself, made it to the bathroom that time, and then went to my parents and was like, hey, by the way, I've been shitting my pants this morning. And then like, yeah.
When I was in Chicago has humidity.
Yeah.
And so it's like sticky and humid, and like it was 79, 80 degrees, which sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Except that in the sun it's fucking hot and you're immediately sweating, and it's like all over your body.
And you never dry out.
No.
Like at least in Arizona, like you'll sweat.
But yeah. It's the difference between a sauna and a steam room.
Yeah.
Basically. So keep that imagery in your minds.
You
walk
sweating
into
in a
this-
Portillo's?
No, I wish. I walk into this bathroom. I needed to walk, I counted them, 18 steps to the urinal.
Okay.
Pee.
Yeah.
Take roughly 20 seconds.
Yeah.
4 steps to the sink to wash my hands because COVID and also
Pee.
well, normally just don't piss on your hands and you're good.
Well,
My pee clean. I know
it's
where it's
sterile.
been. It goes back in the cage.
Reduce, reuse, recycle.
Sterilize your own piss. And I walk into this bathroom and it felt like it was humid.
Mhm.
Of piss.
Oh no. Liquefied piss.
It was just
As if there's
the piss mist. Like it was just like I'm like, I feel like there's piss on my skin just walking into the nastiest, and like it wasn't dirty.
Right.
But it was like I've been in some disgusting bathrooms, especially like on road trips and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
I've seen some nasty, horrible shit. But nothing is worse than this Portillo's fucking bathroom when you feel like you're walking into a toxic cloud of piss.
Just suspended in air molecules of urine.
Piss is in my mouth, on my eyes, and in my nose.
And it won't go away.
No. And it was just terrible. And I'm like, oh my God. Like, I feel like I need to like shower.
Yeah.
And so I walk out and like I'm like waiting outside for her to get done. And I'm like, I just had the most disgusting bathroom experience. You're not going to believe. And she goes, oh, did someone leave a shit in the toilet for you too?
So yesterday,
Yeah, your thing.
I
What
needed
the fuck do you want to talk about?
I needed to take
Mm-hmm.
the trash out to the alley.
Where are we going?
Just wait. So
Wait, is this where the gazebo was found? The same alley?
Yes, back in that alley.
That's the one.
That's the one.
Okay.
So I went for a little swim. I was swimming
Mhm.
like I do. It was very nice, except that there was an odor, not from the water, but from the trash cans.
Oh, really?
But from the trash cans that like I keep like on the side of the house. And I was like, oh shit, like they're gotten kind of like I've let it like sit there too long out in
Like
the heat
you
and everything.
haven't taken out the trash? Or like you haven't put it out to the curb?
I haven't taken it out to the alley because
Oh.
like so here like we have like the big trash cans out in the
big
alley.
dumper.
Yeah, that you have to go like dump the trash cans
Mhm.
in. So like we have like a recycling you roll out to the street, but like the normal garbage you have to take it to the alley.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah,
But you gotta
So-
like be up on it.
but you got to remember to do it.
Which
So
it might almost just be easier to just. Oh, well, I guess how far is it from your like gate to the dumpy?
it's really close actually.
So there's almost like no reason for you to not just throw
Take
it in
it.
there.
Yeah, but I hadn't,
Mhm,
and
that's
so it
fair.
had like piled up in those 2 trash cans I have out there,
Mhm.
and they don't have lids, which normally is not a problem. It doesn't matter. Like the trash is like bagged up and everything anyway.
We don't have
But-
a lot of bears in
well,
Central Phoenix.
Not usually, not anymore.
Well,
the
not since
accident.
COVID. They're not allowed to come out.
Yeah. But the problem is like they're
Mhm.
open at
Okay.
the top, and we had lots of rain lately. Oddly, lots of rain.
Oh, you got the trash soup.
And the other problem is like with
Oh,
the
yeah,
way
we
that
had flooding. and
with the
shit.
way that my roof goes,
Mhm.
the one that's closest to the wall, no water got in it, just like a little bit from like
Mhm.
the ambient rain. The other one is directly at like where the roof stops, so all the water from the roof poured into this trash can.
Oh, well, that's because
So-
you could take the rainwater out.
Yeah,
Did it overfull?
it got like 3/4 of the way full with water.
Fairly impressive.
Yeah, and like trash and
Oh,
you know
yeah.
rotten food and nastiness
Mhm.
is also in there. So like I'm trying to like drag it out there to the the dumpster out back, and
Because
so,
you
like,
can't pour that out.
no,
Not
in
in your
my
backyard.
yard. So I'm like trying to like drag it and like it's barely working
Not
and
in
like
front of my
not
gazebo.
on my watch. And so like this like putridly brown colored water is dripping out of the bottom of it as I'm trying to drag it out to the backyard, and it smells so bad. Also, it's covered in ants and it's like covered in flies. And so I'm dragging this thing. There are still stains on my concrete from this disgusting water. So I'm dragging it and dragging it and dragging it, and I get it out to the back alley. And I'm like, okay, I cannot lift this thing up.
I'm gonna fucking vomit.
I'm like, I can't lift this thing up. It's
You didn't have your dad there.
no, like it's too heavy. It's full of. I didn't turn off the bathroom.
A true return to form.
We're back, guys.
We love.
So it's we have the shock mouse now. It's fine. So it's full of too much water for me to like You dumb bitch. So it's full of too much water for me to dump.
Mhm.
So I'm like, okay, well, I can like throw the trash. I can,
Yeah.
it's bag trash. So I can take the bags out of it and toss it in the dumpster. So I'm doing that.
Okay.
I take like 2 of the bags out. They're wet, but like it's fine. They were mostly floating on the water,
Okay.
the disgusting water. So then I get to the next bag,
And
and
that's
this
in
one has been underwater the whole time.
Oh.
So I lift it up, and it comes up. So I'm like, okay, I think we're good.
Does it bust?
So I pull it harder, and it rips.
Oh no.
And it the top that I'm holding just like some cartoon just pops off, and so it just opens.
this
as
bag of wet
This
trash.
bag of wet trash opens above the trash can, and then just
Me after 3 limeritas. Bag of wet trash. opens.
and then just slams down and busts open, and it pours
Busted open.
all over me.
Oh no, you're soaked.
Literally soaked
Soaked.
in garbage water.
Soaked in that stinky juice.
Yes,
The stinky.
the brown left stains on my concrete garbage water pours down my face, over my shirt, fills up my shoes with garbage water.
Oh,
And so then the flies all immediately go to me.
you were the fly man.
I was. I'd become
Oh
their
my God,
king.
You're Jeff Goldblum. You're the fly.
I was the fly. And so I'm covered
Available now on Stars after Entourage.
in garbage water. And I'm still I still have to get rid of the trash.
Well, why didn't you wear your clogs?
Because I didn't know. I didn't know what was going to happen. So at this point, I'm pissed and disgusting. And I'm just I don't know what to do. So I just knock the trash can over and just this
Scatter.
yeah, well, this yellow, brown, green water just starts pouring out of it and flooding the alley.
Mm-hmm.
And I just sort of at this point I'm covered. So what's the difference? So I'm holding.
You just get in it.
So I'm
like
holding-
Oscar the Grouch, and you go, "I'm grouchy."
So I'm holding the garbage like you would strain pasta out of a.
Did you grab your colander? But luckily, you were throwing one away.
As it just so happens, yeah.
It
so I
wasn't
just
working. It's all clogged, so now it's just a bowl.
It was just a bowl. So so I just pour out this rancid garbage water into the alley. It again is now trying to flood my shoes again, but it's too late.
Yeah.
It's all over. So get all that water poured out, and then manage to dump the trash can, throw the trash can away.
Yeah,
Because it's not.
it's done.
It's never
Sis.
coming back. The trash receptacle has become the trash, and that's on period. And yeah,
Okur.
occur.
Oprah.
Yeah.
I
And-
love her shows.
And so then I just sort of drag myself back up to the house, and I'm I don't even know what to do. I'm covered in garbage water. I smell literally rancid meat.
You smell like that stinky ship.
The stinky pussy
The
ship.
stinky pussy ship.
Literally, it was horrifying.
Do
Yeah, and he knew he
have
could
it half
fix
finished
it.
in the garage. Although your dad doesn't. Your dad finishes.
He does.
That's why your mother's still married.
That's why I'm here.
Blue asked, "What's the funniest pickup line you've heard?" Damn girl, you shit with that ass.
The best
Or
one,
how about we get you out of those wet clothes?
the best one I heard is
Kith.
what?
Kith.
Kith? No Kith? No, is
Would you sometime follow, subscribe?
is that pussy for me?
Do
doing it
tomorrow.
that night.
Do tomorrow.
So, well, it wasn't due in the morning, but I usually release them in the morning. Anyway, so I finished it
I
up,
tend to have a nocturnal release myself.
and so I was editing the video.
sticky fingies.
Oh my god!
Jesse Love ASMR asked, this one's for both of you. If you could magically change any part of your body, no repercussions, what would it be? I would make it so you had taste buds in your asshole.
I believe she was referring to changing your own body.
That changes things. Stevie can't is live.
So I decide I'm gonna jump in the pool because I have one and
You
it's
had
been hot out.
an entire thing of acid on you, and you tripped balls until I got here.
No.
Oh,
So-
okay. Well, the story's gonna suck, but tell it.
So I was like, okay, I'm going to jump in the pool. So I get changed and everything, go out there. I've had the filter on for a while, so it's all right, we're good to go. Hop in the pool, splash, everything's fine. I come up back up to the surface of the water, and I'm looking around, and I'm like, oh, there's it's stuff in the water, which is weird because I'm I've had the filter running, so usually it would get the stuff out of the pool. And they're like really little things. So I'm like, oh, is that like seeds? Like, because it's been like windy lately. So I'm like, is it like seeds from like?
Was it rabbit poop?
No.
Oh
no.
Was it a baby Ruth?
It's worse. So I'm like, oh, maybe it's like
Was
seeds
it your
or
neighbor's
something.
poop?
It's not my neighbor's poop. So I was like, oh, maybe it's like seeds or something. And I'm like, well, no, because they like the seeds that come from like that tree in the front, they always sink to the bottom. And it's like, this is smaller than that. This is weird. So I'm like, so I kind of like wade over to the shallow end. And like, as I'm like getting over to the shallow end so I can be like standing and not treading water, like the stuff, whatever it is all over the pool. And I'm like, what the fuck is this stuff? So I'm like wading through whatever it is to get to the shallow end. So I get to the shallow end so I can actually stand up. I'm looking around, I'm like, what the fuck is this? So I like scoop some of the water up in my hands. And I look down and I realize it's an ant. It's like an ant that's alive. And there's a lot of them. My pool is covered in ants that are floating in the water.
What? Why is everything involving your backyard nasty?
It's gone horrible, and I don't know why.
A turtle's penis also looks like a turtle.
Oh. I mean, mine's probably like that whole, like, the tongue of a...
Hummingbird. I was just saying, wait, your penis also looks like a turtle?
My penis... Yeah. Yeah, like, either, like, I guess, like, the echidna... That just made me think of, like, the echidna, like, four-headed penis thing.
Oh. Echidnas have a four-headed penis?
Yeah.
Which means Knuckles has got, like, four cocks.
Yep. Well, it's one penis with four heads.
Does the sperm come out?
I don't know. Believe it or not, I didn't learn much more about it beyond that. But
It's like a one-man, like, gangbang. Like Bukkake or what?
ready to go.
Does he have to stroke each head? How does he grab him with his big old mitts?
It was that he had, like, explosive diarrhea all over the house. And
Oh, no.
specifically had it directly in front of the front door.
No.
So when she like went in the house and like opened the front door, just like
Slid.
smeared the shit all over the floor, and then it was like all over. And that was the day we were coming home. And so like we get home and we like step in the house, and the house still reeks of shit. And Taylor is there like in a panic, like clearly like, you know, like she has been cleaning. Like the floor is like completely clean and everything.
But like that shit's been like, you haven't, like, he must have had diarrhea like as soon as she left.
Yes, and like, and so she's in there and she's literally like cleaning frantically, and there's like cleaning products all over and everything. And like we like come in and we're like, hi, and she just like turns frantically and she goes, can you guys still smell it?
Two questions. One, what do you think are the three best qualities in a person? Money.
Warm, wet, and noisy.
Sounds like we're fucking making out. I need your tongue so I can
get used to it.
Oh. See, I don't know what to do. Would I do that with your tongue?
Can't.
I was like, why? And you're like, Operation Raccoon. And then it was just, Rick is offline. And I look up and you're already gone.
I had places to go. So
This was at like 10. Like,
Yeah.
you took an early lunch.
very early lunch. I'm like, I gotta go. So I get in my car and I'm like, I'm driving. I gotta get to this fucking place. I'm like,
Did you turn it on first?
I just pushed it. I didn't have time.
I just did. I Fred Flintstone it all the way there.
So like,
I used the hole that my father gave me.
so I get to their house and I'm like freaking out because I'm like, what if they're there? Like, I know like they're not supposed to be there, but like, what if somehow they're there? So like, I parked not in their driveway. I parked like in another spot and then like basically like ran to the house. And so like the trash cans were on like the side. So, and I realized I couldn't get into that like side yard from the front. I would have had to go through the house.
And you didn't know if anyone was home.
And I didn't know if they were home. I didn't think they were home, but I was like, I can't find out. So I jumped the fence.
Because they would have been parked in the garage.
Yes.
Because they couldn't open it.
Right.
You didn't think that through, though.
No. So I, basically like, to anyone watching, I have now parked like a few houses down.
It looks like you're robbing.
Ran, hopped into their, like looked around for a little bit and then hopped into their side yard.
You were that one alien that was like keeping watch because it was definitely below book. You're just like
So then
scrambling up like a little gecko.
Yeah, so then I throw open the trash can and there's like just the one bag of trash. So I'm like, okay, how bad could this be?
We know where it was.
How bad could it be? I open up this bag of trash And
Which I'm sure smells wonderful of just
Oh,
stale hot beer.
hot beer with a little bit of Monster, maybe a little vodka somehow got in there.
Pizza crust.
There's definitely pizza in there. There's whatever trash like I had
We made those
produced.
gummy worm mudslides.
Gummy worm mudslides.
We made like little like brownie like chocolate mousse parfait things, like gummy worm like little mudslides when we were at the house. Yeah,
We did?
Mhm.
Okay.
I remember.
I was very drunk.
I remember food.
There was lots of
I don't know where I was on this day, but I know what I ate.
I had been staying in this house for like a week, so like there was trash. So I'm literally like rooting around in it, and like I can't like just like literally pour the trash out.
Yeah.
So I'm basically doing this by like feel. I have my arm like in
Which
the bag.
is not dangerous at all because I know you broke at least like one
There
cup.
was a broken glass in there, so I'm like reaching around in this bag of trash.
Why are you so nasty on the podcast?
I don't know why. I'm not like this.
You are. I think you are like this.
They're getting the wrong idea about who I am. But
Turns out all of this is just shit you fished out of dumpsters.
this was 2017.
That's a fucking mood.
Furnish your house. So
They've been throwing away a lot of furniture like at the dumpster, and I'm like,
yeah, snatch it up.
it's not good enough to snatch up.
Then don't snatch it.
The problem is, the couch is good. It still works.
Yeah,
And no complaints.
yeah, not yet.
You still be keeping your mouth shut.
So basically, as I'm like reaching around in this like filth, I feel the clicker.
Yeah.
So I like pull the clicker out, and I'm like, oh fuck yeah, I did it. So then I click the clicker, and
Did your chime of victory go off?
I click it, and then I have a panic attack of, oh my god, what if they're in the house and I just opened their garage with them in it? Turns out I didn't have to worry about that because the clicker was no longer working, because the clicker had been swimming in beer and Monster
In the sun.
in the sun. So I then like tie the trash bag back up and then shove it back in there, close the lid and everything.
I know it wasn't your classic like aluminum like trash can, but it's the Phoenix ones that are like
Yeah.
brown or green or blue
Yeah.
or purple. There's like a weird maroon one too.
Yeah, I think theirs was brown.
Yeah, that's regular waste.
Yeah. And so then I take the clicker and I drive back to work
And put it in your car.
and put it in my car. And then after work, I text my sister and I'm like, oh, I found it. It's in my car. I'll bring it to you on the way home.
I also I had a knife. No knife.
Let me
There
get
was
this
another
straight.
part of the thing. Is
You
I had a
had
knife.
You had a knife
We
and you were
needed-
forcing
no,
these
we
girls to
needed-
kiss you in every scene at knife
No.
point.
Oh, no, we hadn't needed a knife for the scene.
Mhm. And you just happen to be holding it to her neck, saying, open those lips. About like, what?
Why is there an incognito window open on this tablet, Eric?
Because there's porn in it.
Nice.
Yeah. Cool. And what don't look at the porn.
Don't look at
Don't
it.
look at it.
It's mine.
It's my porn. I'm not sharing. And I'm not sharing. It's Mom said it's my turn with my porn.
That's not a real affiliate code.
Not yet.
Dude, I will full on.
If you guys want to reach out, Adam and Eve,
I will open a big butt
I don't care.
on camera.
And I'll close it.
I honestly, so like, okay, so I don't want a big butt so that like
Right.
I can fuck it. Like
yeah, you just want it.
I just want a butt. Like
That like sometimes like on a beach when there's like all that foam that's like whale cum.
to the Hewll Yeah Podcast.
So I had a day off that they didn't, and at the time, like, you know, my parents couldn't afford like daycare or any of that shit or whatever, and like no one was available to like watch me, and I was still quite young, so she was like, okay, you can just come
Should have just put a mirror up and said, "Watch yourself."
watch yourself. So she was like, you know,
Trust
like,
nobody. Not
you
even
can come to
yourself.
school with me and just like, you know, sit there and just, you know, like, you know, don't talk, be good. I was like, okay. But that school had, are they all red? Hell yeah. Oh yeah, oh yeah.
They're all my gems.
Every single gem is red.
They're all red.
All movies. What's a vibe?
Is there... I love fruit flavored snacks.
So, but I had to wear a school uniform because the school that she taught at had a uniform. So I was like dressed up like in a little polo and like not button up, you know, and like khaki shorts or whatever with like a belt on them or whatever. And the belt was like sticky, like the belt like kept getting caught. But because I didn't wear it, like we bought it like literally just for this, because I was growing, so like it turned out I didn't have a belt that fits, so she like found one at Ross or something, and so like it was not a good belt, but it worked. But I couldn't undo the belt.
Oh no.
I didn't realize I couldn't undo the belt, but like I couldn't get the belt undone. So like so at one point I was like, oh, I have to go to the bathroom. And at this point I did not realize I couldn't get the belt on. And I'm like having to wait because like she's like teaching. So I'm having to like wait because she's gonna have to like walk me to the bathroom. Because it was like not in a great neighborhood or whatever. So it's like they had to like unlock it or whatever. Or like her like I think they had like a TA or something who had to like unlock it. So like I'm trying to like not have to go to the bathroom. But I ended up having to eventually go to the bathroom. So I was like, I gotta go. So go to the bathroom. I'm in there. I have to pee so bad. So fucking bad. And like I can't get the belt undone. I'm standing in front of the fucking toilet and I cannot get this belt undone. And I'm like panicking because it won't come off. And I can't just pull the shorts off either because they're too tight, because the belt is too tight. And so I can't, like,
You're trapped in your pants.
I'm trapped in my pants.
You were tucked into your pants.
And I piss myself standing in front of the toilet.
I mean, Ariel would be cool because she's really pretty.
Swimming.
Yeah, swimming. But
You want it pre-legs or before? Pre or post legs?
no, I want the fussy. But you made it like do a coil, like a little dog poop, and you go, I pooped that. I would
That's
actually
impressive.
I would be like, that's kind of art. Like, damn. But like
that.
when you get like, have you ever gotten like the unbroken one in the toilet where you get it to do a full loop? I haven't been able to do it.
No.
My uncle Vinny did once, and he talked about it, which is why I care so much about it, because it was before cell phones.
So maybe he lied though.
No,
Uncle
because
Vinny
I
wouldn't lie
because I
about
heard
that.
him go, Jerry, get in here, and they went, oh wow, more or less, like
Yeah.
big loud Italian men looking at the toilet,
Looking at poops.
Yeah, it was unbroken. He's like, it had to be as long as my arm.
Hell
Hell yeah, podcast.
Podcast.
I'm your host, Eric.
And I'm your other host, Odie.
We're twins. We finish each other.
Off.
Good. How come you won't show me your porn?
Because you don't deserve it.
That's fair.
You haven't earned it. Okay.
I bought a shirt that said, fuck this, I'm going home to masturbate. It was a big hit on campus.
Nice.
After that, because this is the summer, my birthday, July 30th, don't forget, next year.
Mhm.
And we then went to a Circle K and
About porn.
bought a nudie mag. I think it was, we bought it because Christy Mack was on it and Skin Diamond was on it.
Uh-huh.
And overall, pretty cool. But then I was like, why would I have titties on here if I got titties
On your phone.
on the phone?
Well, did you have titties on your phone at 18? You had titties on the computer at home. At 18? Yeah,
No,
yeah,
at
yeah.
18 no, because I
Yeah.
didn't really have a smartphone. I wasn't. Wait, how did we used to look at porn? I guess it was all through the computer.
On the computer.
Yeah, and like online chat rooms, right? And when you're doing the puzzle games, was that just me? At 16, and I'm sure I was like 14, 15, 16, and they said they.
Yep.
Was that groomed?
Well, nothing came of it.
I can't. Couldn't use it, not with your big old fingies.
Yeah.
Which brings me to
They're
my
only
next
good for
point.
one thing.
So was there fingering?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stretching holes.
Holes.
Oh,
I
okay.
can open the keyhole.
Yeah.
Let me get in your nip hole.
I'm not showing that. That's on OnlyFans.
Yo, let me slurp them titties, baby.
There was.
I love piss.
Oh, okay. Well, let me run to the bathroom too, and then let's head out.
Yeah.
I go in that bathroom. I proceed to have a very different experience than Brandon did. I walk in the bathroom. There are 3 urinals. There are 2 sinks, and there is 1 stall.
There's 5 urinals. This is what you.
Oh yeah. And there's a stall. So I go in. Obviously, I'm not going to go in the stall anyway, but like it's closed, it's occupied. There's 2 guys on the 3 urinals. The middle
Are they
one.
pooping or are they
No.
peeing?
The middle one is
Come
empty.
in, they're all just pooping.
I wouldn't have been surprised.
You would have went good pooping.
I wouldn't have been surprised.
That is what you're supposed to do at a bar.
Well, so they did the what you're supposed to do when there are 3 urinals. They space themselves appropriately. And
So
left
that
the-
it's okay for you to take the middle. It's not
right.
weird.
It's not weird. So, but like walk in and those 2 are there. So I'm like, the middle one's open. And I had passed a guy coming out as I was going in. So I'm like, well, he must have been the middle, I guess. Because there are 2 guys standing at the sinks, 1 each, with their pants down, pissing in the sink. Like, no shame. The one has his pants fully at his ankles.
Oh no.
And his ass is just out while he's pissing in the sink.
Yeah.
We can't talk about that one, but yeah.
We gotta ditch that last bit, but I'm glad we both
Yes.
knew who the fuck we're talking about.
Yeah. And I'm just like, oh, okay. Also, the bathroom reeks of piss. So I'm just like, all right, well, they're busy and there's the open slot that I need.
Oh, at the sink.
And, no, at the urinal like a normal person. So
If you flush the urinal, it's clean water. That's where you just use a sink. They're all in one.
I go to the urinal.
Was anyone pooping?
Yes.
Okay.
In the stall.
Good.
In the one stall. I'm assuming they were pooping.
There was poop in the stall.
Yeah. So I go up to like the middle urinal and I'm getting ready to piss. And you obviously don't like look like at what other people are doing at a urinal.
It's one of those things where like you obviously see peripheral, but like you do the masculine urge to just stare straight
at
ahead.
that dirty grout right in front of
Like
you.
pretend you're at like, you survived. You're like it's like a Saving Private Ryan sort of moment where it's just like, I'm not looking.
I'm not fucking looking. So I walk up, but like as I'm trying to get into the urinal slot,
You're
if
trying to
you
climb
will,
up into it.
I see that the guy to my left like has his phone out, which like in of itself like that's not that weird to be like have your phone while you're pissing, I guess.
Mm-hmm. But you got to do it in the offhand.
But his phone is angled conspicuously. And so I like, as I'm getting close to the urinal, I can't help but take a little glance, not at him per se, but at his phone.
Did you see an HDR picture of his wiener?
He's Snapchatting himself pissing. And I'm just like,
Better than a dick pic.
all right.
You know,
I hope you found a way to monetize.
Yeah, I think that if you're sending a video of yourself pissing, like, but he's showing his penis while he's pissing, because a
Right.
good pissing video,
Yeah, I saw his
You do
dick
it-
through the screen.
you don't you show like the stream, and it's like, oh fuck you, dude, why are you sending me a video of you peeing? Because
Right.
Snapchat, like you doing dumb shit with the boys all the time,
Uh-huh.
but you're not showing the pee.
Yeah.
He's just full schlong in it.
Yeah. It was
He's whole hog.
pretty much. Yeah, you eat pussy like that. More urinal events happened when I was at that restaurant.
I'm interested.
I'll keep it brief. As I'm sitting there for an hour and a half, eventually I have to go to the bathroom because it's been an hour and a half,
Mhm.
and I've been drinking water, lots of it, trying to fill my stomach because I'm hungry.
And now all you're doing is peeing and me making more room.
Yeah, so I go into the bathroom, and there's a youngster, if you will.
A young tyke,
Yeah,
if you won't.
and he's using the bathroom, and he's using the fucking middle urinal,
He's using the urinal?
the middle one. There's 3.
Oh no.
And he took the middle one.
No, you punt that kid to
And I'm
orbit.
like, do you not have an adequate, father figure in your life to teach
you
you
acting
these
real
things?
fatherless in this bathroom today.
He really was out here acting real fucking fatherless in this goddamn bathroom, taking that middle urinal.
At a bar?
No.
Yo, what up, uncircumcised gang?
Uncircumcised.
Don't clip it.
Oh my god.
Get your stitching fingers ready.
Are we appropriating uncircumcised culture?
I mean, I can
Perhaps we're celebrating it.
we have an uncircumcised friend. Is this an allegory for race? It's not.
Oh my
We're
God.
just talking about penises here. We'll do it. Some weeks we won't.
Yeah.
We'll just play it fast and loose. But last week
Like
we
my
asked
pussy.
you.
You keep your pussy fast and loose?
Uh-huh.
So I found a butt.
Okay.
I'm on Facebook looking for butts. I wasn't looking for butts on Facebook.
The butts found you. The butts were looking for you.
The butts did find me. I go on Facebook, and to be clear, like
That's on personalized
I'm aware
ads.
that it's almost always personalized ads, but there's
They heard the episode where you said, "I just want a butt."
They must have, because but I also get ads for shit that like I've never talked about, I've never searched, but like Michael, the scammers that call me and ask about Michael, because I told them my name is Michelle once and they just didn't give a shit. Fucking yelling at me, and the buttress pillow, where it is a pillow that is shaped like a butt.
Okay.
And you can buy a thong for it.
So you like sleep in the butt.
Yeah, and actually, if like the butt's here,
yeah,
the way that they say the best position is to put
your face,
your nose in the you gotta put the face in the butt.
Okay. Show me your butthole.
So this is what Lego doesn't want you to know. Yesterday on stream.
It's possible.
Huh?
There you go.
Oh, that makes so much more sense now.
Yeah, those are his feet. Those are his toes.
So I built the Lego tiger, which I guess I could disassemble and make also into the koi fish, which look kind of cool. And then there was the red panda.
Yes.
But the tiger, why not? It uses most of the pieces.
Yeah.
Also, that explains why there's all these like weird leftover pieces, is because they'd be used elsewhere.
Build the other ones, yeah.
Anyway, so when we were at the store, all you could see was from this angle and this angle.
Kurt angle.
The Kurt angle.
He knows he can't beat me.
And I've been online, and we've mentioned this before. This tiger has a butthole.
Yes.
I went into a bar when I had to go return the cowboy hat, and I talked about the butthole very loudly.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to be there, and Brandon and Taylor were like, "You should hang out and have a drink with us." And I'm like,
or I'll talk about a butthole until you ask me to leave.
Exactly. And so, look at that bad boy.
Butthole.
Look at that little tiger pucker.
Butthole.
That's a butthole, baby.
My balls are about to bust.
Oh, man. Oh, man. Pop that nut. Oh, no, it's not a nut.
It's not a nut.
Nut is in
That's
the
in
shaft.
my bladder.
Oh.
Well, when I've been saving it up.
Oh, gotta. You just go.
That's
and
my
push it
overflow.
through. You gotta like a reverse Go-Gurt tube, where you gotta squeeze it back down.
It's like toothpaste.
Minty fresh.
But 2 L's makes it W. Do you like this nasty crunchy sound?
Yeah, I do.
I don't like that.
I like it. Who's your daddy?
I think we're done.
Already done with everything we've talked about.
Yeah.
Have an actual shorter episode that's just very like tight and easier, so we don't have to think about other shit.
Tight, young, nubile.
Jesus Christ.
What she would get, and then I would eat it, and then I literally would like suck on the ice cream like on the spoon until like the marshmallows and like is it walnuts that are in it?
I don't know.
It's a kind of nut is in it. Come across it, and I would
Grandma's busting fat nuts in this ice cream.
God.
There, I said it.
And 48 hours.
I jerk off for part of it. Let's be real.
Well, at some point, of course. I mean, it's 48 hours.
Yeah, like it's a long time.
You expect me to go 48 hours without?
Would you actually be able to bust though, or would it be that like once the 48 hours is up, it's just no, because you're moving.
Yeah.
But if you jerked off everybody else,
well, you couldn't have them finish
until
it all catches up with them.
The orgasm heard around the world.
See, you can't do that.
Point, there's just this video talking about kale.
It
was like autoplayed, like it just, and it just showed up
it was
like
an ad, I think.
it was an ad for like it's a grocery store or something, and it was like ad for kale. And as soon as the kale was on, he loses his shit and is just and like
standing on the couch like this little dog, like staring down the.
I gotta see if I still have it.
Just like
just Ace doesn't like kale,
losing his mind at this fucking kale.
How do I look at memories?
Like didn't care about like dogs on the television. Didn't care about like people on the TV. But as soon as kale appeared, just like pictures of Kale, lost his fucking mind.
How many years